Hello, 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 we're back. Continuing our journey, we're going to go up into town. Whee! I think, my good soil, we will head up in this direction. Yeah, we go up this road. We haven't been up this one before. We come down this one sometimes. Take a little wander around town while everything's nice and quiet. These doggies they put up. Let's have a look at the doggy. There we got a doggy there. And a doggy there. And around. This town has changed so much. Now one of the only places that's still here is the Albion. And the Albion pub there is where I met Paola. Now let's sit over here and talk about that a little bit. Go into the shade a bit and point the camera towards the Albion. Alright, so the Albion is an old pub. It's been here for a very long time. And in 1997-ish, I was part of a local roleplay group. We were one of the first people to do Vampire the Masquerade live action. It wasn't tabletop. It was based on the White Wolf Vampire the Masquerade, but you did it live action. There was no script. How you made the decisions in it were rock, paper, scissors. So basically, we all had character sheets, we all had our own past and history, and we all dressed up as vampires. It was fucking awesome. And we'd meet in places. Sometimes we'd meet in nightclubs, because the person who was the storyteller, the GM, Mark, he was a DJ. So sometimes we could go in there, the student union disco over there, we'd call it a disco, but it was a club, and we'd just do complete free-form role play. As in, literally, we would leave the place, walk through the town, and we would be role-playing as Ventru, Toreador, Malkavian, and that. And we did the very first live-action Masquerade, the very first Werewolf the Ascension, and Mage the Ascension, and we did the very first werewolf game. I mean, the werewolf games we did at a national park, and just was wonderful. The wonderful thing about it was, if you were really good at roleplay, I was okay at roleplay, and you could handle the speed of it. Basically, you'd walk around the room, and people would do checks with their abilities and powers, and you'd just very, very fluidly, very quickly do rock, paper, scissors to see who won the challenges and things like that. You didn't have to call a GM over or anything like that. And so what we would do about once a month, as one of the standard meetings, apart from other places, was we would hire the upstairs, the first floor of the Albion, And as when we hired the Albion, we actually would just go up there, do some role play, have a bit of a party, and just generally about 20, 30 people and that. You're probably wondering, how could I handle that, being autistic and that? Well, because I was my character. When I was role-playing that character, I was that character. I never had to step into myself. I was pure masking for every little bit of it. And so, that's one of the reasons I was so good at it. I could mask the whole thing, I could mask everything I was doing as part of the character. I wasn't Jason, I was Logic, a Ventru, who was turned, I was a hacker. And I was being hunted down by the technocracy. That I had a complete persona. I had my safe space with me because I had a little tablet computer with me that I would focus on and that. And so I could just play the part. And it worked really well. And one Saturday, I had seen Paola around before at a local gaming shop because she played Magic the Gathering, I played Magic the Gathering at the back in the 90s. And I walked into the room. We were having a bit of a party before we were going to do the role play. And I was dressed up as a bit of a hacker, hacktivist type Ventru with all my skills and abilities in that side, doing naughty things that I shouldn't have and breaking into places I shouldn't have. And I had on my Deep Space Nine t-shirt and a trench coat. Don't ask me what. I had a big, long, black trench coat. It was fun. And this Deep Space Nine t-shirt and black trousers to go with it. And it was funny as hell. And as I walked past the actual place that Paola was sitting on her own at a table, she basically just shouted at me that Babylon 5 is better than Deep Space Nine. She was angry. She had just been dumped by a guy who had basically sadly raped her the night before. So she was not in a happy place. I sat down because a girl had talked about Babylon 5 and this was interesting and new to me. And we just talked the entire time. We missed out most of the role play because we just sat and talked, and then within days we were a couple, within weeks we had moved in together, and 6 months later she got ill, then we got married, and so on. My own friends warned her off me because he's weird, watch yourself around, Jason, he's weird. And so yeah. So much history in this place, even though most of it has changed now from what it used to be. Right. I'm going to be picking up some treats for the dogs now, some burgers, so I'll turn this off in a minute. I'm tired, but I'm happy. So yeah, I'll just switch this off now for that.